today is just gonna be a chill day where I'm just gonna try with you guys as usual and do my own thing on the laptop. And good news, I'm gonna be getting my new laptop very soon. One that could probably power a spaceship, but I will probably not use it to its full potential. So I'm getting the $3,000 MacBook, not MacBook Air. Yes, my MacBook Air is the one that I've been using this whole time. It only has like 128 gigabytes. So it is not even, like, this is the thing I hate about Apple. Side note, this has nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking about. But I'm so annoyed that, like, they should never sell you a laptop, okay? My laptop's kind of old, but, like, they should never sell you a laptop. And by old, I mean, like, within 5 years. But why do they sell laptops with, like, such low RAM that I can't do updates, or like it's not enough storage for me to do any updates. Like right now I can't even put my music from my iTunes to my phone because it says I need the newest software update from Apple, and I can't fit it in even though I literally don't have like anything in my laptop. I don't have like I'm not playing like League of Legends on my laptop or anything like that. Like I'm not doing enough on my laptop to like be holding enough space. It just like has not enough space for me to do an update, and then therefore like my phone and my laptop can't like function properly together. It doesn't synchronize in the right way, and it just like kind of pisses me off that Tim Cook is willing to sell this type of laptop. But then I kind of get it from the business point of view, like okay, they do want to sell you stuff from like 5 years ago that no longer works because they'll keep making you do multiple updates until your head wants to explode, and then you basically have to buy a new laptop. It's like trying to use like an iPhone from like 6 years ago, okay? Like majority of the apps are probably not gonna work with it. So I get it, but I hate it. Anyways, what was I gonna say? So yes, we want to talk about this. This is the note I saw on the news today saying that the June Fed minutes suggest high likelihood, because obviously you guys know we recently just had the first zero hike. So every time we've had a rate hike, right? Like countless rate hikes. And we just paused recently, like what was it, May or June, right? I'm not keeping count. But the June Fed minutes suggested that the likelihood of restarting interest rate hikes is about 90% for the next July FOMC meeting. So for July, the expectation is that we very likely will have an FOMC meeting, and then rates are going to go up again, which is not really good for any future home buyers. And then also in terms of real estate, like right now, things are slightly moving up again. Like I'm hearing from friends that are like looking for places that prices are starting to go up in different areas, North America, and also in California here, right, as well. But I definitely think that in terms of stocks, like I'm pretty happy with the outcome. At least having invested in about 2022 when things were really, really bad. Right now, I think a lot of folks, if you're just buying up, right? Like if you're just buying stocks or just buying a bunch of call options, things are looking good. For me, I haven't really done any shorting of any stocks like I did in 2020. I guess because I've just been kind of bullish for the entirety of like 2022. Which I shouldn't have been. I should have actually bought shorts in the beginning of 2022, but that is hindsight 2020. Jobs and payroll reports provide mixed picture of U.S. job market. Reports on Thursday and Friday painted a mixed picture of the U.S. job market. A hot ADP employment report released Thursday was followed by a cooler payroll report on Friday morning. BlackRock CEO it's all about BlackRock, like all the memes that I've been seeing out there on Bitcoin and the ETFs out there. I'm checking the old ETFs actually, the first one. It's still like on one of my top lists that I have on one of my trading platforms, and a lot of it is still not near all-time highs. So I don't buy into any of these like BTC ETFs anyways. I mean, to each his own, whatever makes you happy and floats your boat. But it's good to see that a lot of these different investment banks and all these different investment companies are slowly shifting back into this Bitcoin talk. Right now, I think Bitcoin, let's check how much Bitcoin is, even though I don't have any Bitcoin, full disclosure. Pretty much have a bunch of other things that is not Bitcoin. CMC, oh my god, I have not gone on CoinMarketCap. I'm living like a different life compared to that of 2021, where I was obsessed and I would just look at CoinMarketCap every second. But that's fine. I think life is much more relaxed now that I don't check the Ethereum gas fees, and that, oh my god, there's 26,247 cryptos out there right now. Market cap 1.1, kind of still the same, I feel like, compared to before. Crypto market cap is really not doing that well. I mean, in terms of not getting close to even 2 trillion, nowhere near the 3 trillion levels from before. Okay, so we're at 30,329 for Bitcoin. By the way, I'm also streaming this on Twitch, so if this is like, I don't know, not good enough lighting or whatnot, you can follow me on Twitch, which my handle is just Living with Luci. For those of you guys that are new here, oh shoot, my handle, yes, it's Living with Luci. It's Living with Luci for my Twitch platform. Over here on YouTube, I'm still using this second channel of mine, which thank you guys for those of you that have been sharing my videos with friends and family, or supporting my short videos, hitting them likes. Thank you for all of you guys that do support my videos, whether you watch it live or after. I highly appreciate it. But yeah, I'm still waiting for an answer on my main channel, but the second channel is growing, thankfully. We've come a long way from the days of me doing 3-hour live streams and then finally getting to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So now we're closer to 5,000, which is good. That's about a 1/7 of before. But yeah, right now, let's see how much Doge is. I'm gonna go and check out where Doge even lands on the entire CoinMarketCap. We got Bitcoin first, Ethereum second, USDT third, which is a bad sign. I remember telling you guys on older streams that until USDT Tether is not at the number 3rd spot on the CoinMarketCap, that is very bearish in my opinion, simply because it means a lot of people are still sitting on the sidelines holding on to their cash basically, or their crypto version of cash, feeling safe, and then waiting for the right moment to buy, which still hasn't happened yet. So I feel like a lot of people still got out of crypto technically, and that's why USDT is number 3. Like when things were doing really, really well, hi there, hi Vic. When things were doing very well, BNB was at number 3, I remember, and USDT was like the way down below, or at least not at number 3. So that would need to flip to an exchange before we're anywhere close to like 2 trillion. Fear and greed index right now is 59. Neutral sounds about right, because Bitcoin right now is literally halfway at 30,321. Not even halfway actually, because I guess we're at 69,000 at the all-time high. We have USDC coming in number 5, XRP at number 6, which kind of makes me happy because I still have XRP. And the only regret I have is, once again, not buying more XRP when it was around 20 cents. Never sold my XRP, which I find hilarious. I think I might just hold it till the end of time. It's like the thing with crypto and like trading stocks, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I think it's so psychological. I mean, it is a psychological act, period, right? Like you do things, a lot of it is purely off of emotions and people react, and then that's how we get the market moving, right? Like you hear bad news about a company, a lot of people are just going to sell, hearing whatever's on the headlines. And that's the way it is. But I at least find myself, and let me know if you can connect with this or you're not like me at all, but I have certain positions where I am appalled by like how long I can hold on to it for. Like 3 years plus to me is a very long time. And then there's just certain positions where I try, like I'm like, okay, let's just close my eyes. So for those of you guys that are members on my Patreon or my OF, then you know my recent updates on my trades. And I was going to hold on to NKLA, Nikola, which has fallen deeply from its highs of 60 something dollars. I think this was like way back when, 2020 or 2021, I forget. I did not buy it on the way up or on the way down. I was never really an interested party. Hi there, Sean, Starlight. So I was never really an interested party in that. but on its way down, I've just been looking at it. I've bought it. I've been holding it. A part of me was like, hey, Lucy, why don't you just hold on to Nikola till, like, I don't know, till it pumps, if it ever happens. Again, never financial advice on my channel, entertainment purposes only. But I'm like, what if it does do a proper turnaround, right? Like, there is no specific wonderful news, except for that I think they shifted their focus to try to focus more, I think, in North America than Europe or something like that. But they did a little work recently, and then there was news about Nikola that kind of boosted the stock, but it's still at around like $1.40. I bought it, I think, at around $1.20 or $1.10 or something like that, and I've been holding on to it. I was kind of telling myself, like, hey, let's just sit this one out and then see what happens, like, a couple years from now, right? Like, give this company some time. Maybe they'll do a turnaround, or maybe it'll be like a pump and dump, but I can get out on the pump. I lost my patience with it, and then I sold it. But I'm happy with it because I made like over 14% or 13% in terms of gains. But I could have done it over and over again, like at least 3 times before, because it kind of went up and down. Hi there, Alan. But yeah, I kind of got sick of it and just lost my patience. I don't know why. I guess because it's not a Tesla. This is not something like, I don't know. Obviously right now I'm saying, oh, I would have definitely bought Tesla had I known about it and cared about Elon Musk way back when, in like 2017 or something, but I definitely wouldn't have. So it's much easier to say, oh yeah, I definitely would have done this. Hindsight, everyone's like, yeah, I could have been a multimillionaire had I just invested in this A, B, C, and D, but a lot of people can't hold for their dear lives. So Nikola is not one of those things that I feel like I feel the same way about it as Tesla. So I feel like even if I got in early, and if early meant like $1, which it didn't, because they opened up pretty high prices. Hi there, Dan. Took a break from stocks and crypto. I'm not surprised. Do you know, so many people I know in real life had kind of like what I had, which is just like this crypto and stock enthusiastic craze around like 2021, even around 2022. But near the end of 2022, hi there, Six Lens. Near the end of 2022, that steam kind of died off a bit. Like, a lot of people went back into the workforce, which is like, you know, good for them, right? Like, right now, I think, was that the most recent statistic I saw? There's like 1.5 jobs open for people who are unemployed, which is like not that bad, but not that great either, right? Like, to know that there's only 1.5 jobs. And by the way, for those of you guys, the few of you that are in here, please smash the like button. Everything helps. And for those of you guys that are interested in stocks, feel free to talk about it down in the comment section below, or through the live chat here. I know some are comfortable, some aren't. Please follow me on all of my different other platforms. I'm also streaming this on Twitch right now. I have Instagram. And yeah, check out all of my different other platforms. And if you are interested in stocks right now, MOOMOO is giving away up to 15 free stocks if you open up a new account with them and make the required deposit using my link down in the description below. And if you're interested in signing up with Webull and you haven't already, they're giving up to 12 free stocks. So definitely check all that good stuff out. Thank you for those of you guys that have used all my links and supported me. What's next? Sorry, I'm still reading down the list. ADA is at number 7, right behind XRP. Dogecoin, actually, it's kind of nice. It's still at number 8. But we're at 6.5 cents. I swear the other day, I think I was out, but so I wasn't really like looking at the chart. I just got a notification. I swear it was over 7 cents. Like, I think that did happen. But anyways, back to what someone else was just saying, taking a break. I think you should do whatever makes you happy because money doesn't come easily. And investing is something, how do I say this? I know that a lot of people, some people I look up to, like Shay on YouTube, this girl that trades, she's a day trader, and she's amazing. I love her YouTube videos. So I kind of like follow her and watch her on Instagram and stuff like that. Is the live stream, is it me or is it messing up? I don't know. It's pretty good on my end, but maybe it could be my Wi-Fi, but you guys can maybe try Twitch, but my YouTube's not freezing for me, so I don't think it's either it's my Wi-Fi, so it's everyone seeing it lag. Let me know. But yeah, so I feel like with stocks and crypto, it's a tough one because some people make a living out of this, right? Like some people do so well and they make like $100,000 a day, and then there are people who make like even $100 a day, right? Like, or swing traders who can, a lot of people just like stay up in the green, but they're like retired or they don't really care for how much it really makes them. I feel like that's almost what I'm like right now, where I just kind of have like money in the stock market and I just like swing trade, but I'm not like a serious day trader like I say I'd like to be, but I can't really wake up early enough for. So it's kind of like whenever I wake up and I see the market, if there's something to do, something I feel like doing, I'll just do it. But it's like chill. Like I'm not stressed out. I like this one day to be my career, but right now I don't even see it as a career. It's just something that I do for like extra money. And luckily, thanks to my previous endeavors, I have enough money to like keep me afloat. Yeah, so that's why I think it's easier when you're not putting too much pressure on yourself. But stocks and crypto are super, super risky. So that's why it's just better to do it with like extra money. But then again, I feel like there's pros and cons for both, because with people like me who are just doing it with like extra cash, it's less stressful, but then I feel like I'm not reaching full potential and I'm not taking it seriously enough, and I'm not going to be doing as well as somebody who's like life on the line. Like I gotta make this money, I have to pay rent with this specific amount of money that I have to make off of like trading all the time. And I've seen both. Like I've seen people who are like not even in need of money, like they already have a lot of money, but they're just like aggressive. There's just like certain people who are very aggressive with trading. I think it's also like a pride thing where like they're just like, oh, I have to make like $10,000 a day or something. But then they do it, which is amazing. I cannot guarantee that I can make $10,000 a day and then do that every single day for like 30 days on, or like majority of the days make $10,000 per day in a month. So it's like whatever works for you, but I definitely agree with like taking a break. It's funny that we're talking about also taking breaks from like stock and crypto, because I have a lot of friends who are like sick and tired of the workforce, and I think that adds on to, I guess, unemployment rate, right? Like there's a lot of people I know. In other words, no guys, I am not a baller. I just am not stressed, I guess. But again, it's your own personal measurement of your life, right? Like, for example, some people will never be unstressed with my finances, right? Like there are people who are like, I have to have like $20 million in the bank before I can sit back and relax. And it's like, okay, you do you. And I get it. Some people were just raised with like a bunch of money, so then like they have to feel okay having just as much money as their like cousins and uncles and whatever. So if like having $20 million in the bank is the only way for you to feel like normal, then do it. That's not my life. So for me, I feel like even though I know I'm not that rich compared to a lot of other folks, I'm just comfortable like with myself, and I have way more than enough money to use and buy myself food, which by the way, I'm not even eating a lot of because I'm on this diet that I told you guys I was on since, okay, hold on. I've talked too much. I need to take a sip of water. But I have lip gloss on, so I have to put it in a cup. This is so extra. I don't know why I do this. Hold on, let me just get my water, put it in a glass cup, and then put a straw in it. But don't worry, it's not wasteful because it's a metal straw. Not financial advice. Yes, never. But yeah, like I'm kind of just okay with everything. But in terms of finances, I definitely have way more than enough to probably like spend for the rest of my life. But then that's not like what I want as well. I don't want to just like have enough and spend a little. I would like to splurge sometimes, and there's a lot of things I would like to, I guess, buy. Like I wouldn't mind buying my parents like a new place. I wouldn't mind taking my entire extended family on like a world trip or a world cruise or something like that. Like I would love that. So I still do need to work harder, I think. Do you think that people making 10 grand option trading are working with 100,000 accounts? Yes. I do think the people who are making $10,000 option trades are working with over $100,000 accounts. So like I knew of someone who had like 10 million in their trading portfolio. They can make like 50, 60K on like a average day, just trading options and also stocks. But that's like and while having a full-time job too. But just like they have a whole system going on, and definitely a risk taker. So that's different. You also have to have the mental capability to do something like that, because a lot of rich people, it depends on also how you got it, right? Like there are people who inherited that money, but they know they really can't make it on their own, like it's from their parents. So a lot of them don't have the guts. They don't have the guts to actually pull a move like that, even put $10,000 on an option. Not to say that like it has to be glorified, because if you're just really bad at trading, no idea what's going on, then it's just gambling, and you could easily lose that $10,000 in an option or $50,000. I don't know. What am I gonna do with hook you up with them? What are you gonna do with these people? Okay. Like here's people who have money to me doesn't really. I always look at them the same, because I'm like, okay, and I know this is not what's accepted in society, which I think is really silly, but people everywhere around the world usually are nicer, I find, to like wealthy people. Like you walk into like a luxury store, for example, you're always going to see that somebody who looks like, if I walk into like Cartier looking like this, no one's going to help me out, even though I have a Cartier ring, but no one's going to help me out. You walk in with an Hermes bag and a suit and like the whole thing, and you have a Rolex watch or whatever, then people are going to serve you and just be nicer to you overall. Do same thing, repeat all over, right? Whether you're just on a trip or whether you're just trying to learn, I don't know, golf or whatever. Like no one will give you the time of day. And people usually want to befriend folks with more money and then therefore being nicer to them. But I find that a lot of people who have a lot of money, they're just like useless. They're just as useless to me as like somebody who has less money, right? Because at the end of the day, they're not there to help you make money. They're there. A lot of people are selfish. They're just there to help themselves. Unless they owe you or they see like great potential in you, which they could use you for or whatever. Or they're just really out of this world kind and wants to help you out and think that you deserve it. Very low chance that those people are going to help out for free or do anything. So that's why I've always kind of, from a young age, I always viewed people the same, because I'm like, you definitely don't see people being nicer just because they're wealthier. And yeah, we could say like they possibly, oh, hold on. If you have 10 mil, if you have, wait, what did you say, Excellence? If you have 10 mil, I doubt you suffering if you lost some stocks. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. That's actually entirely not about money. That's entirely an egotistical thing. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money, but they could lose a little bit in a poker game or whatever, and be real pissed. And then you have what's called the tilt, and you go crazy, and they spend way too much money, gamble more than they should, or then, I don't know, take it out on their wives or whatever. There's a lot of interesting characters out there, and it just comes down to your own personality. I don't know why we went on this crazy long side talk, but Dogecoin is at 6.5, and like I was saying, it was at 1.7 cents or something. By the way, folks, I know you guys are saying a lot, but I can't. I'm using my phone to do these live streams. So if you want to have your comments noticed better, do consider becoming a community member, and that way your posts will become a priority in terms of comments and on these streams. Greatly appreciated. Litecoin is at number 10. Oh, I'm surprised it's actually not over 100. Earlier with like Bitcoin Cash, it was doing so well, and I thought that Litecoin would move up. It was up, I think, like around 10% or 15%, give or take, but now it's still right back down to like $98. Bitcoin Cash, however, is lower than Litecoin on the coin market cap. It's at number 14. Litecoin's at number 10, but Bitcoin Cash is $277. It's good, but nowhere close to the days where it was well above $600. I remember the days of Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. It went up like different times. Like remember one went up first and then the next one. I think it was maybe Litecoin first and then Bitcoin Cash actually back in like 2020, 2021. And I definitely sold out on Litecoin way too soon. But they aren't mad about the money. They are mad because they lost. Sounds like a pride thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, yeah, if you have $10 million, like, it doesn't really matter because you're making so much money off of interest anyways. Of course, there are the folks who don't really care to put it into any of those accounts to help them earn their yearly interest. A lot of people just go full force if they're into stocks and crypto and just put it all in. It's just different personalities, and then you have your safer ones, the people who just are only into real estate and will only ever buy real estate, which real estate, honestly, I find it more stressful. Like, I know a lot of people, I think this is probably Graham, Steph, and me, Kevin, would agree that real estate is the only real assets, and you need to have some, right? And I do think that if you have a lot of money, then why not? But I think my mindset is just like, all cash, all stocks, all crypto is good. That makes me actually feel more comfortable than like, as much as I would like to be a landlord and like own a property one day, it just seems so stressful to me. I don't know. I feel like I have friends who are landlords and I see the amount of work you have to put in terms of like kind of always staying on top of things at the properties. It's basically a job. It's a job, but you're the boss. But at the same time, you're like servicing people, you know, like if the toilet breaks, something happens, unless you hire a property management firm, in which then you lose some of those profits. So to each his own. It's not really the type of investment that really I look forward to be honest. Legendary is like, how do you feel like that and you're a realtor? Well, I got the license way before I started investing. It was just something, honestly, I was like, oh, let's do it. There was a course for $100. Like, I just had to study everything and pass a test. I'm pretty good at passing tests. I don't like taking tests, but I'm good at memorizing and then forcing myself to pass a test. Exact 6 months, like, that's why you hire a property manager. But I basically passed my test. Then I had another job, the job that I lost in 2020 when I started to do YouTube. But I ended up getting my license, passing the test while I already had another full-time job. So it's just like kind of this extra thing. But I am interested in real estate, even though I still agree with what I said. I prefer to have most of my money because I'm a risk taker. And again, I know a lot of people are not the same as me. Like, I would never tell anyone to buy a bunch of stocks or try a bunch of crypto. That's just not my thing. I would never give financial advice to anybody. I think everything goes by personality, and my personality is just honestly more suitable for trading. But a lot of people around me are people who play it much safer, and I get that, and those houses would be for them, right? Like, selling houses I still have a passion in because I have a passion in sales. And if someone's going to do that job, there'll always be realtors out there, at least so far. Unless maybe hot robot realtors all take over, then yes, goodbye for all of these realtor jobs that are currently out there in California. Six Len says, what job was it that you lost? So I was working in a financial loan company, and I was an account manager for that. So that's what I did prior. Obviously not going to tell you guys where it was or anything like that. I loved it. I was doing really, really good. And then things happened, and then the pandemic, and here I am. But I think everything happens for a reason. And even though at first I was kind of upset, everything made sense for me afterwards. And I'm just waiting for kind of like the next aha moment of like, this is why I lost my YouTube channel, the main one. So far, everything that happened in my life, no matter how many years ago, looking back, like, I was depressed. Like, I'm talking about different moments in my life, not about when I lost my YouTube. That still makes me sad. But there were so many different moments in my life where, like, something traumatic happened and I just, like, couldn't deal. And I was, like, frozen. And now looking back, those are so stupid. Now looking back, I'm like, why did I ever get that upset about anything so dumb? You know, like, it's shocking. But I love that. I love that looking back, surviving moments I thought I couldn't survive. And then I'm able to just realize, like, oh my God, that was really silly. Like, how could I be that sad and like waste so many tears on something that like doesn't matter at all? And it's just, pieces come together later in life. And I know it's hard though. Like, even knowing this, even though I'm saying this and I know this, I still can't for the life of me really accept any of the recent bad things that have happened. Not saying there's like a billion bad things that have happened, but definitely losing my main channel is and was always upsetting to me. But it's also like a test. It's a test to see, like, okay, I had the channel that had the most following, and now I have to work with a much smaller channel, which is this one. It's like, can I rebuild that? Do I believe in myself that I can rebuild it? That's one. And then two, it's like, how much do I like talking and making live streams and making videos to continue doing this while with a smaller following, right? Because a lot of people, like, it's hard for them to start to do anything, like to start to do a live stream or start to do any videos, because one, they're afraid of like the critique, and then two, there's a lot of people who just don't want to work on small channels, right? They're like, oh, why would I want to do a video if like there's only 2 people watching or whatever? But to me, it never really mattered in the first place, because I didn't even think I was going to get monetized like for 3 years when I first started. And I remember there was like this one really pretty girl I used to work with, and she had this channel and she had like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. And when I first started, I had like 900, and that's like from a long time ago. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get there, because I'm just like not as hot as her. So like, I'm never gonna get that many followers. And then I realized, like, okay, like I'm still way less attractive than her, but it's not about that. I can't use looks as like a reason to like not work hard and not try and like at least give myself a chance to do YouTube. And at the end of the day, to me, it's like, I enjoy it, I'll do it, even if I'll never, like, I know I'll probably never be Mr. Beast as much as I would like to be. That is basically something I will bet on, that I will never have a channel as big as his, as much as I would like. I don't even know how many millions of followers he has, subscribers and whatnot. Okay, what is going on? It's my laptop. My laptop is going to heat up on me for the very last time. I know you guys can probably hear it, or you should be able to hear it. It's like that, the fan sound. I hope it gets better with my MacBook. I'm so excited to get it, but it'll probably take me some time. It'll take me some time to, yeah, start working with my MacBook and get used to it. It's like exciting and also nerve-wracking at the same time, because I'm not really good with computers, to be honest. Like, I wish I could code and just like understand a lot more about how to fix my own laptop or like set up these different things. But I usually had my boyfriends in the past work on it, and then my SO now to work on it whenever something goes wrong. But I do think that like Apple is okay. It's not that bad. Sorry, I'm doing something. It's just not, it's messing up on me. I'll be right back. I'm not looking at the chat right now. What is going on? It might be my Wi-Fi. I can't really tell. But I figured it out. Okay. 1 second. Do you know who Candace is? No, I don't know. I don't have a friend named Candace. Actually, scratch that. Maybe I know somebody named Candace, but I can't think of it right now, so I'm going to say no. Hold on. I mean, there's a lot of people by different names, so I don't know. Oh, hi there, Chility. I know you said to get a fan, but do I have to do that once my laptop is nicer? Because I'm getting my $3,000 laptop soon. Tomorrow, actually. I don't even know the specs, to be honest. I just know it has 1 terabyte instead of 128 terabytes here. 1 second. And I think $3,000 laptops are able to power a spaceship. Am I right? Or am I wrong? I think mine will. Learning MacBooks soon, 6len says. I remember the days when I didn't have a MacBook and I was just using a Sony with like everything Microsoft. Actually, those were good days. I could go back to those days. Oh shoot, I'm saving it on the wrong thing. Oh, hold on. Hi, Damien, welcome. Okay, this would be, sorry guys, doing my side gig. And done. Okay, cool. Anyways, sorry. Okay. What else did I want to read to you guys? Job reports, feminist. Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. So, I think I told you guys that I got Threads. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, that is livingwithlucy123 is my Instagram page. And hold on. So Threads is basically like copycat version of Twitter. And I know it's like cheating on Twitter and on Elon Musk by going over to Threads, but I couldn't help it. I'm like, I have to expand all my different platforms. So I went and got Threads yesterday. As you guys know, Thursday yesterday was the first day for Threads. And honestly, I like it. I hate that everything looks so similar, okay? Like, I already mentioned this, that Twitter, that user interface, right? Like the simplicity of it, the retweets, the hearts, the likes, the comments, all that stuff, like that look is just being used everywhere. So I know like all the complaints of like, okay, Mark Zuckerberg is exactly like copying everything from Elon Musk, which is, yeah, I feel like you can't really deny it. Like besides the fact that it's called Threads and then the little thumbnail is different, and the fact that he made it like, actually kudos to Mark Zuckerberg because that was really smart. I feel like for him to not have to make people open up a new account and set up a new thing, like Truth Social, for example, which no offense was a total fail. I caught Truth Social too, but I never go on it because there's like no celebrities that would be going on it, right? Like, it's funny to me because I feel like right now, it's just like all the people who dislike Elon Musk and then a lot of the celebrities who are very like pro Hollywood, more far left, are like all on Threads. But then you have your regular folks who are just like want to go on Threads because they mostly use Instagram and they never use Twitter anyways. So then they're like, oh, there's a way for me to like microblog and I love Instagram. Like, I think the way that Mark Zuckerberg did it was really smart because when I signed up for Threads, is Threads the next big thing? I don't know, 6len. I'm not saying it's the next big thing, but I think they had 30 million plus signups yesterday alone. But, and like, AOC obviously is over there. Who else did I see make posts? What's her name? Jenna Ortega. Yes. And like a lot of these different either finance gurus. I think Graham Stephan made it over there too. There's a lot of people that I follow on my Instagram that automatically went on Threads because you guys have to think of this as like, it's not even like people have to be sick of Twitter to go on to Threads. Yeah, AOC, obviously she was there. But I feel like people are going on Threads because it's just so simple. And if you like Instagram or you use Instagram, it only makes sense to, especially if you're like a content creator, to kind of like advertise yourself, market yourself on this new platform called Threads. Because it was as easy as me just downloading Threads and then all of a sudden knew which Instagram accounts I have, and then you choose one and you don't pick your username or password because it's linked to your Instagram, and then there you go, kaboom. And you can say like, okay, who do I want to follow? Hi there, Abraham. You just decide like, okay, who am I going to follow? Am I going to follow all the people that I already follow on Instagram? And if it's a yes, then you just automatically follow those people. And I looked around, there were so many people posting like crazy yesterday for a first day. Honestly, I would say it looked pretty successful. Like it looked pretty darn successful compared to like True Social. But I know that's a bad comparison because I didn't really have faith in True Social. Wait, threads for everyone that isn't far right. AOC is great at comedy, John Willis says. So there's, yeah, obviously the Elon Musk haters. Lots of people who dislike Elon Musk are obviously on threads. But I love Elon Musk and I have threads, but that's only because, I mean, I have Instagram and that's another platform for me to promote myself. So if I'm gonna have Instagram, kind of makes sense to have threads. But do I feel like they're copying? 100%. But who else is copying? OF as well, okay? Like, if you open up OF and you open up threads and you open up Twitter, like they all origin right back to Twitter, which is like its ancestor, right? Like that's where it all came from. But the funniest thing I find is like all this stuff online about the beef between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. And we've talked about this in the past. Like I only know so faintly that like this possible beef between them is most likely real, I think, because we don't see them at parties together. They don't really like each other's posts and talk like to each other nicely on Twitter or anywhere else. And so a lot of people have this belief that they obviously aren't happy with each other. And I think that is 100% real from, these rumors in the past about, I mean, it's not a rumor, it is true that like Facebook originally, this is years back, gave a bunch of satellites, I think, that they worked on to SpaceX, and then SpaceX, there was an accident and they blew it up. But then obviously Elon Musk allowed like another run at it, but I think like the anger there was always supposedly there, at least that's what I hear, all just, once again, hearsay. But I saw this good post on Reddit that I want to read with you guys. It's kind of like delving deeper into the rabbit hole. I think whoever wrote it probably isn't really like a big Elon Musk fan. But either way, I still found it interesting. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up and read it to you guys. So we're gonna give credit to whoever wrote this thread. But I knew about that whole blow up SpaceX satellite thing, and that makes sense to me, like where it could kind of hold some anger in there. But that's pretty much it. I didn't really think twice about any other reasoning. I only use my Twitter to follow my Japanese idols. Well, Dan, now you can use threads to go and follow your favorite Japanese idols, because I'm pretty sure, especially like celebrities, idols, I think, like a lot of them are going to go over to threads. Like they'll have to restart obviously what they're following. Like I think Taylor Swift has like obviously millions and millions of followers on Twitter. She won't get like 100 million followers right away on threads, but oh boy, Mark Zuckerberg will like that. I don't know if Taylor Swift moved over there, but I do know that Elon Musk is following Taylor Swift because I'm obsessed with them both. I love Taylor Swift. And I don't think Taylor Swift is following Elon Musk though. She's too cool. She doesn't follow anybody. Hold on. I'm talking about Twitter, that is. I don't actually think I look much at her following on Instagram, but I bet she probably follows no one either. Do you like these two K-pop groups, Cards and Twice? I don't know who Cards is, but I do like Twice. Yes, Twice is one of my favorites. I've never seen a concert of theirs. I mean, the only K-pop group I've ever seen is Blackpink, thank God. But I would like to see Twice. There's a lot of other groups that I like. But I think my list of favorite K-pop stars right now are still like Blackpink. I like IVE. I like New Jeans, aespa, and Le Seraphim. I hope I'm saying that right. I can't never. And then Twice. Twice is kind of like, I like a lot of their older music. The newer ones, I don't think I like as much as the newer stuff from these newer groups, like, New Jeans. Oh my God, you're seeing Blackpink in August? Where? Are they coming to California in August or something? I'm not keeping track. So, like, where are you seeing Blackpink? Oh, you mean, is it their encore? I think they have an encore show. Oh my God, this is annoying me. I'm trying to, okay. I'm just trying to open up this Reddit post, but I think I have to, okay, there we go. I just had to download it. Silly me. Give me one sec. Hold on. I'll read this to you guys. This is like, but, oh, also, besides like the whole satellite thing blow up, the reason why I also kind of believed that Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg definitely like had beef between each other is because if you think about it, Elon Musk, okay, he was more known as like the car dude, right? Like the EV guy. And then like SpaceX doesn't really sound like anything in the realms of what Mark Zuckerberg works on, which is like Facebook, social media, right? Like Mark Zuckerberg has Facebook, he's got Instagram, he's got WhatsApp. And those things, oh, by the way, by the time when he got WhatsApp, I still remember that Elon Musk at the time, I'm not sure if I liked him that much that time, but when WhatsApp, everyone was talking about WhatsApp, then Signal came out. Elon Musk was like crazily promoting Signal and then saying like, oh, you know, like WhatsApp doesn't really actually encrypt end-to-end encryption, whatever, and like it's much safer for your conversations to go on Signal. I specifically remember reading something about that. In a boxing ring and fight it out. I know, right? I would so pay. Like I never did pay-per-view. Hi there, Crypto Scar. I never did pay-per-view for like any type of boxing, fighting, none of that. I mean, I'm down to watch it if I got like a free ticket or whatever. But I would never pay for that. I would pay for it to see Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. But apparently, like everyone's saying that Elon Musk, okay, the people that are rude are all saying that Elon Musk backed out because he's a middle-aged man and he'll lose against Mark Zuckerberg, who's like, I don't know, a brown belt or black belt or whatever in Taekwondo. I don't know what he does. But I did watch this very long, I think 2-hour interview between him and Lex Friedman recently. I don't think he's like I don't hate anybody. Like I don't think I hate Mark Zuckerberg just because I'm pro Elon Musk. I think they're both like human beings that are just like obviously made way too much money and they have their own opinions and they may not get along. Actually, I think they could probably work their stuff out. Like it'll take like probably something to happen, but I feel like they could work their stuff out and then, you know, do good for the rest of the world. I hope. One can hope. But I think they're both like okay, because like Mark Zuckerberg, I don't agree with everything he says, but he said a few things, at least in the Lex Friedman interview very recently. I think this was last month or whatever, or the month before last. It was either May or June. Don't quote me on it. And you can search it up yourself on YouTube for free. He is a very hardworking, focused, somebody who was like trying to better himself. And one thing that I did really like that he said was you have to be okay with starting off at something not being the best. Something along those lines. He worded it better, but he was saying something like, okay, if you're going to go and like train or you're going to go start off like karate or taekwondo or whatever, then you're not going to be the best. And to be willing to like that mindset of being okay to be a rookie at something is really good. Because if you're not willing to be a rookie at something, you're not willing to kind of be nothing at something, then you're never going to be anything, right? Like you're never going to be a gold medalist for the Olympics if you're not willing to be a beginner. And I like really stuck with me because I'm like, that's kind of like everybody, right? Me, like watching Gilmore Girls, I'm seeing like the mother who's like 32 years old in the show, or 31 or something, and then she's like still in business school, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine like being not in your 20s and then going to like college, right? Like that's I know people who did that when I went to college, but I'm like, that's something that most people wouldn't do because they're like, I feel too old, or I feel this and that. And I feel like as we age, it's like we're less likely or less prone to try exotic things or even go and study more. which doesn't really even make sense because you would probably have more money as you're older. Like you would have more money at like probably 50 years older. I hope for all of you guys, we all have more money when we're like 80 or whatever. You would have more money to do the things like studying for whatever courses that interest you. Whereas like when we're 16 or 18, like you most likely are just relying on your parents unless you had a part-time job or you, I don't know, you have trust fund, which is again on your parents. But most people at a young age kind of like being forced to pick like, oh, what should I go and study? What am I going to do for the rest of my life? You're kind of like constrained. No, you're very constrained because you have to make those decisions based upon like how much money your family has or how much money you specifically have saved up. And it's kind of like that. It's like a one-shot thing. You either do it or you don't. And if you fail, it's like, oh my God, how am I going to live with myself for the rest of my life and have all of this possible debt, right? That you raise up. Oh, okay. I finally have it. Hold on. I have this opened up, this very long thread. All right. Take care, Alan. Enjoy your delicious food that you're cooking. Okay. So this shout out to Ansus07. It's ANSUZ07 on Reddit. And this is just like a part that I screenshotted. It says, answer. Mark and Zuckerberg have had a public feud for years. It started years ago when Zuckerberg commented on a failed SpaceX launch that seemed to rub Musk the wrong way. They've taken public jabs at one another since. The why of this unclear. But likely they both have massive egos and don't like anyone else powerful making fun. The events that you've outlined are all more or less independent things. Life has to teach you things the hard way, Sixlin says. Yes, it does. Amen to that. So here's a list of things that somebody like posted on Reddit. I'm not sure if it's this Ansus person or somebody else, but it says, first bullet point. Musk jointly challenged Zuck to a cage match a few months back, and Zuck accepted. Musk almost immediately backed out as he is an out-of-shape, middle-aged man, and Zuck is, all accounts, a good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Okay, that's what he does. A Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. Well, this is my personal speculation. Musk was going to get his ass kicked, and he knew it. Second bullet point. The tweet limiting is unrelated to any of this. Musk said that it was to prevent bots from scraping Twitter for data without paying, but there are rumors that Musk didn't pay his Google Cloud hosting bills, forcing him to migrate off the platform very quickly. The limit was to keep Twitter stable during the migration. The limits have since been revoked. The launch of the thread is likely just Zuck seeing an opportunity in the market. Twitter has been struggling since Musk took over, with many people upset with how the platform has evolved under Musk's leadership. Zuck seemed to think that by leveraging the Instagram base, he can launch a rival to Twitter and capture enough people unhappy with Twitter. Okay, hold on, part 2. The legal issues surrounding threads are still very nascent. Musk is accusing Zuck of hiring ex-Twitter employees that Musk laid off and using their inside trade secret knowledge of Twitter to rebuild threads. Zuck claims that none of the ex-Twitter hires worked on the Threads project. Even if they did work on the project, the extent to which this would violate any non-compete or NDAs is unclear, as the rules do change when someone is hired versus quits. Interesting note, legal note. What state are they in? How they were compensated when they were fired, etc. Well, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. And then someone said insight for the why. A SpaceX rocket with a Facebook satellite exploded on the launch pad in 2016 to 2017 or 2017. It was a really dumb error. They were doing pre-flight checks with the satellite on there. The satellite didn't need to be there for that. Expensive satellite loss and Facebook's plan for satellite internet in Africa was squashed. So I guess that makes sense. That was a lot. But with all of this being said, I just think they're both benefiting from it. Like, I'm not saying that this is like fake, or that they don't hate each other, but I just think it's interesting. They're both very wealthy. They have this like beef between them, but it kind of helps both. I feel like anytime you put them in a thread together, I don't think Elon Musk is ever going to join Threads, but anytime you put them together on Twitter, I just feel like that gets so many views, so much attraction. It helps both of them, right? Like either advertising Tesla or advertising Facebook or Instagram or whatever the heck. So I think they can actually really use either the feud or just these two powerful people together in play, to their own business advantages. So I hope one day they just like make up, or at least do the cage fight it out, and then maybe like make up after that. I don't know. But then again, this is all just surface level stuff. Like, we don't actually know. What if they just don't have pictures together on the media, but they actually have like a chat group with like a bunch of rich people and they're all just laughing at this? Who knows? Anyways, I gotta go. But one last update on life and also just mental health, because I'm constantly reading about like people just being unhappy. Either, I will not say that word, but you know, unloving. A lot of like sad things on the news. And just remember, I have it, everyone has it. You have your good days, you have your bad days. I think no matter what is happening in your life, something dramatic, something crazy, relationship problems, friendship problems, I hope to all of you guys that are watching my live streams, or you've been with me from the beginning, or you're just new here, that you know you're not alone. And I know that's so cheesy and like everybody says that, but like literally you're not alone. And I think it's all just mindset. Like, it really is. Is money a mindset? Also, but not really. Like, you could have a lot of money and you could have no money, and you could be entirely happy or sad, and there's just the happy and unhappy people on both sides. I just definitely believe, after seeing a lot of examples, that having more money is great, and especially like, you know, I'm interested in trading, interested in anything money, honestly. Having a lot of money is great, and I know a lot of people strive for that and they stress themselves out to like get so much money, and I am not against that. Like, I'm never going to say no to having billions of dollars, but your own happiness is honestly within. And if you can't be happy having a lot less, then you definitely won't be happy having a lot. And if you're fortunate enough actually to be born with a lot, but you don't recognize that, and you're trying to seek happiness either from all these exterior things that you can't control, that's usually when I find people are the saddest. There's a lot of unhappiness, I feel like, when people are just choosing to kind of measure their own happiness with all these things that are comparable with others, right? Like, this person that I know has this and that, and then I need to have this and that to be happy. That's the most unhappy person, because they're comparing themselves with things or unmeasurable things that other people have. But that other person may truly be happy with what they have because that's what they like always wanted. But you trying to get things that other people have just will make you feel like more empty inside, because you don't actually know what you want. So you have to figure out like what you actually want in order to be happy. And then update on my diet, and I'll go, is that this is my 7th day. I'm very proud of myself. I think I did a video to tell you guys that I started, or that I was going to start, and I started on July 1st. I literally have a sticky on my fridge that says July 1st. And I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm not really losing that much weight right now, because my diet is, like I said, just meat, vegetables, soups and stuff. I have eaten no sugar, like artificial sugar, chocolates, chips, all of that, in the last 7 days. It was really rough. I did eat a piece of cake for a birthday, and that was it. Okay, now I did cheat a little bit. When I went to Universal Studios, I did have a cocktail, and alcohol is not part of my diet. Like, I don't have sugary sweet drinks like a sweet iced tea and Coca-Cola anymore. Like, I'm controlling myself not to do that. But every now and then, if I am socializing, or sometimes if I get a drink and it's sweet, because I only really do cocktails, that I will let it go. But it's not like I'm a heavy drinker and I drink all the time anyway, so that's not going to add up all my calories. So I'm just really being careful with what I eat. I did eat 3 pieces of chips from my SS chip bag. And anyways, leave you guys off. I am working on this lovely airship. It's a wooden puzzle, classic puzzle. I did not do all this. I did half of this. I also did the other half. But I'm so proud of it. It's so cute. It's not done yet. There's like a little staircase where you can walk up. Smash like button if you like this. And you should also maybe try one yourself. I have this one, and I have a Cinderella pumpkin one that I may or may not make, because this took us 2 hours or so with 2 hands. So we're not even done. We're like halfway. So I'm not sure if I have the willpower to do another one. I might just sell my other one, but I got these because I went to an arcade in Canada, and as like a gift you can pick out with your points that you win. I chose 2 of these puzzle thingies. Spent like more than $100, so maybe that wasn't the best reward, but I had fun, and then I got to take stuff afterwards because I won a bunch of things. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on the stream. I will try to do more streams, especially with my faster laptop soon. And take care. I hope you guys had a lovely July 4th, and you're all working out and being very responsible for all the amounts of foods that you probably ate. I ate a lot of meat. That's why I think I'm not losing as much weight as I like. So what if you tried to log on Facebook in your Tesla? Will the car blow up? Oh my God. I don't think so, 6 lines. But anyways, guys, take care. Thank you for coming, and I will see you soon. Bye.